Not really. Co-parenting is not easy. Co-parenting is hard. If anybody tell you that co-parenting is easy, that person is lying to you, because you're dealing with two different people's mind. Two people who were once in love, but now they need to now navigate this thing called co-parents to bring up their child. And you think that's going to be easy? Not going to be easy. I have had my fair share of co-parenting problem. It only takes the guidance of God for me to be sitting here right now and looking at all what I've gone through this last 10 years with my co-parents. That's why sometimes every time you see the phone buzzes, my heart just sinks, because I know another drama 101. It's going to turn into another argument. You're trying to say something, they'll twist it, make it into a big drama. And sometimes you're not even in the mood for all of that. You're tired. It's exhausting. It's frustrating. And it makes you question your own self, your own sanity. And I don't want to live my life like that. I don't want to be stuck in that kind of cycle all the time, that every time I go to deal with this human being, I have to be watching myself, watching how I behave. No, who wants to live like that? If you're living like that, please, let's help each other, because we should not be going through like that. No need to be. And that's when you know that you're actually dealing with somebody who is not okay. Somebody who always think of themselves. You know what they call it? Narcissist? Yes. And that's a kind of strength that most people will never understand. And you say to yourself, I'm going to work on this. I'm going to really, really make the effort. But then the other person is bent on making things difficult, in making things really unbearable for you. And then you ask yourself, why should I bother? So for that, let's just kick up the fuss. Let everybody be shouting. Let everybody be screaming. And you have a child to consider in the picture as well. And how you're behaving to that person, to your child is also watching you, is also learning from you as well. So sometimes those are the things that really helped me to think that, no, I have to really work 10 times better. I have to do much more, because I want to be a better parent. I want to make sure that my child, as messy, as hard as it is, we have to make the best out of the situation. And I don't want him to come out of this co-parenting journey being scarred in any way. So let us talk through 5 simple rules that have helped me, and they have been able to find peace and sanity right in the middle of the storm. Number 1, don't argue. No, you need to try and find a way to anchor yourself in the truth. You can't win an argument with someone who needs chaos to feel in control. Like it when you're arguing. Oh, that's when they get off. That's when they're really in their mature self, But when you stop, noted, thank you. Or the appointment is like that. You tend to keep it brief and to the point, and you make your conversation very child-focused. Even they will be shocked, like, And they will come back at you. Don't think they will not come back at you. They will come back at you thinking, okay, let me try and see. Maybe that was just a one-off. They will come and press your button again to see how you're going to react. And then if you do it again, and then you flare up, you've really made their day. And no, we're not making anybody's day. Instead of long explanation or long emotional replies explaining yourself, just keep it short and simple and to the point. Say things like, I'll check this schedule and get back to you. Or you're not able to navigate through the normal WhatsApp or normal SMS phone, mobile channel. You find an app that you can be able to be sharing appointments, schedules, so you're keeping him in the loop with everything that is happening. One thing I always say to people that I'm helping in this co-parenting journey, you don't owe them an argument. No, you don't owe anybody an argument. You owe yourself peace. That is the number one thing you should always think about. Because co-parenting, especially the narcissist one, they don't care about you. They only care about themselves. And they only get off in giving you hell in order for you to be in that self-destructive mood, and then whilst they're kicking it up with the boys, being as if they're brother Sparky, they're the big ones. And you're not going to be doing that for anybody. Number 2, make sure that you build your boundaries and not your battles. Build your boundaries. People who are narcissists, they love to pull you into their drama, and you don't have time for that nonsense anymore. But you can build your boundaries that can stop any tug of war. When you put your boundaries is not a punishment. They are your protection. Love putting boundaries. Boundaries on when you should call me, when the child should be at your place, how we speak, when we speak is boundaries. You don't know what's happening in my life. I don't know what's happening in your life. Boundaries. You need to know what's working for you, and you need to ensure that you do it. This is about your own sanity, about your own growth and your own space on how you can't live your life being controlled by somebody else. And it's not about you being selfish. Not at all. When the messages get nasty or get out of control, don't match the tone. Please don't. Ladies, don't. Or even if it's not the lady, it's a gentleman who is watching me right now, and if your co-parent is being all rude, you don't need to equally come back in their own way that they're dishing it out to you. No, you don't. You just need to keep it respectful, keep it calm, you be the bigger person. That's helped me as well. Keep it short, keep it calm, and be kind. Thank you, noted. Those 3 words, they have really helped me, and I use them a lot. It ends the bait without even opening a new battle. So when you're coming all guns blazing, thinking that, yeah, I'm going to get a fresh beef to lash onto today, you meet me calm. Noted. I forget about you. I'm doing something else. I'm going on to the rest of my life, because my life is beautiful. I have wonderful things that is happening in my life, and I don't want you taking me backwards, because every time you fight, it's like you're bringing yourself back, and it really disturbs your energy. That's what causes wrinkles and all, make you all old looking, because you're always stressed. No, we ain't got time for none of that nonsense this last quarter of the year. No. So we're not going to fall for anyone's baits. You want to get your narcissist thing going, you find another person to be feeding that. Not me. Not anymore. I'm sure you must have heard a lot. People talk about parallel parenting. That is also good as well. You do parallel parenting. You don't compete. What you do in your space with your child, I don't need to always be looking and to see, if they went there, I will also go there. So you're always equaling. Let's be honest. You can't co-head with someone who thrives on control. You cannot. So instead of always trying to coordinate every little thing, learn how to parallel parent. Is the best thing that I learned early on in my co-parenting journey, which means that each parent runs their own home in their own rules. As long as you're showing my child love, respect, you're putting him in a very safe environment, you're not compromising his well-being, I am okay. And stop trying to make the two world match. Stop it. And you tell your child, I tell my child, here, mommy does things differently. Sometimes, mommy, can we have this food? Or can you give me this? Or can we do this? I tell him, mommy does things differently. Daddy also does things differently. And that is okay. You get the best of both worlds. Number 4 that has helped me, try to guard your mind and your spirit every single day. Because when you're dealing with somebody who is a narcissist, they're looking for blood. And that situation will drain you. I have seen friends who have gone through this, and it is really painful to see. It is painful to watch. And if you don't refill your spirit, and if you don't guard your mind, trust me, you're going to be a wreck. You're going to be a wreck. So before you text back, before you walk into any kind of heated arguments, just take few seconds off and just breathe. Say a little prayer. Lord, help me respond in peace. Sometimes we so want them to think about us in another light that it's like all what they think about us is what matters. You need to realize you were in a relationship, and for one reason or the other, the relationship is finished. He might not have anything, or she might not have anything good to say to you or about you, and it doesn't matter. You don't need their validation. Who needs their validation anyway? You don't. You need to always put yourself first, girl. Don't be thinking that you always want to have their validation. You always want to be you don't need that. Don't care about what they think about you. Just try and raise up your child in the best possible way, and you keep your life focused. And the fifth one is always focus on your child's stability. Sometimes we just focus more on our exes, what they do, their behavior. That one, you cannot fix them. They are who they are, but you can build a safe, very good environment for your child. Very good environment that your child can thrive and be the best that he or she can be. That is mostly important. You bring them up in the nurture way. That is what happened. That is what you're supposed to be pouring your energy into. Creating a safe space, a beautiful life, for your child. So let your actions speak louder when you're dealing with this. Every bedtime story, every peaceful morning, every hug, that's how your child learns what love really is truly all about. That is what happened. That is what matters right now. I know it's very unfair. You do everything right. Somehow, somewhere, you are still this villain in the story. You're still the one that everybody's coming at. Everyone is telling you you're not good enough, or you're not doing the right thing, or you did not do it properly, or you did it wrong. But don't worry. Rest assured, God is seeing your efforts. He's seeing those tears. He's seeing those nights that you're waking up, nursing your child. He's seeing you going to work, making sure that your child have a good environment to live in. He's seeing all of that. Just remember also that you're walking this walk with God, and He is the one who is fighting for your peace. He's there walking beside you. And you cannot control somebody else's behavior. You can't control your own. The only thing you can control is your own behavior and your atmosphere around you.